Hello, welcome to the Global Dialogs reporting session. My name is Evan Goodstein, and I am Director of the Graduate Programs and Sustainability at Bard College. And it's my pleasure today to welcome you to a very exciting conversation. We have students from all across the planet here today to tell you about what a green recovery, climate solutions, and a just transition looks like in their towns, their cities, their communities. This is part of a bigger project called Solve Climate by 2030. And during the first 2 months of April, we hosted 110 webinars on climate solutions around the planet. This is the report back, what we learned in all of those sessions. So before we get started, we want to start with a video that really reminds us of why we're all here. This was student produced as part of the project as well.
It's not really that bad.
Oh yeah, it is.
Climate change, it's pretty close to home for South Carolina.
From the UK's wettest February on record to raging wildfires in California.
These winds die down. This fire is unstoppable.
Ferocious fires scorch terrain as Earth
Water
heats.
shortages forcing more than 13 million people to have to boil their water before they can use it. Marcus Moore.
It can take air out of my little brother's lungs.
What if it submerges my Bangladeshi land of love, magic, stories, and songs?
I'm afraid my hands can do nothing to stop the downpour.
I'm afraid it will leave us alone in a world of concrete and plastic.
Groom Gaia into a vacant void.
It will take the green and leave us in the dark.
I'm afraid it will bring out the worst in people.
Uprooting our families and communities.
Leaving our children to an irreversible nightmare.
Taking the beauty of each season from us.
Causing untold suffering that could have been prevented.
I am afraid.
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid. What are we being taught?
What are they teaching us?
Economics, literature, math, engineering, history, music.
What meaning do they hold if our climate swallows us whole?
I can be courageous.
I can be courageous.
I can use my voice and passion, keep fighting even on the days it feels hopeless.
I can fight for my people.
I can hold on to the beauty we still have.
I can save our land against this man-made havoc.
I can be a voice for the sky, the soil, and the sea.
I can make a good future for our next generation.
I can stand up, even when it feels easier to sit down.
I can love my brothers and sisters and protect their lives, because we have the same mother, the great Mother Earth.
I can be louder than polluters that try to silence life.
I can do my part and lift others around me to do better.
I can ask my teacher to make climate.
I can ask my teacher to make climate a class.
Make climate a class.
Make climate a class.
Make climate a class.
Well, that video is an amazing reminder of why we're all here. We're living at a truly extraordinary moment in the history of the human species. Scientists have told us that we have 10 years to aggressively cut global warming pollution if we're going to hold global warming to the low end. And I think we all understand the stakes and how critical this is. But what's exciting is that we're living at a moment where we have the tools, we have the vision, we have the networks, the technologies to rewire the world with clean energy, redesign cities across the earth, reimagine the global food system, reinvent transportation. And during the first 2 weeks of April, across the planet, 110 universities hosted webinars, bringing together climate experts, youth climate leaders, indigenous folks, people from all sectors to have critical dialogues about what are the big, ambitious things that we need to do in each of our communities and towns and cities and states and nations that could really make a difference on climate change in the next year or so. Today, we're going to hear from more than 50 students representing those different webinars about the solutions that they discussed. And each of our participants will give us a short summary. Excited to hear from you all. And we are going to start with Andrea Castellanos from the Colombia Biodiversity Dialogue.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. I'm Andrea Castellanos from the Universidad Nacional de Colombia and the CGR Research Program on Climate Change, Agriculture and Food Security, led by the Alliance of Biodiversity and CIAT, for a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in the livestock sector of Colombia. We need to use scientific evidence to promote sustainable livestock by adopting nature-based solutions and encouraging financial support to sustainable production. As a consumers, people should support sustainable livestock business by buying certificate products in the market. Thank you. Now in Spanish. Hola a todos, soy Andrea Castellanos de la Universidad Nacional de Colombia y el programa de investigación de CGR en cambio climático, agricultura y seguridad alimentaria liderado por la Alianza Biodiversity CIA. Para una recuperación verde y para ayudar a resolver el problema climático con justicia en el sector ganadero de Colombia, necesitamos usar la evidencia científica para promover la ganadería sostenible mediante la adopción de soluciones basadas en la naturaleza y alentar el apoyo financiero para promover soluciones sostenibles. También, como consumidores, las personas deberán apoyar los negocios sostenibles comprando productos certificados en el mercado.
I'm Liang Yu, Alexia Chu from National Yat-sen University for the green recovery and to help the climate change with justice in Taiwan. We need to reduce carbon dioxide by eating less meat, since each time we produce meat, we also produce tons of CO2, and they absolutely have the relationship to the climate change. And people should make their own meatless day, and we'll do it once a week. And in that day, we'll choose more vegetables instead of meat so that we can reduce the CO2 emissions together. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Akbar from University of Indonesia. For a green recovery and to help solve climate change with justice in Indonesia, we need to significantly reduce emission from 5 main sectors, which include forestry, energy, industrial processes, and product use, or IPPU, agriculture, and waste. People should actively get involved in climate change adaptation and mitigation efforts initiated by the government as well as by the private sector and the community. Thank you.
Hi, I am Kaiser Philip B. Cajas from the University of the Philippines Open University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in the Philippines, we need to start, promote, and normalize the permaculture practice in our very homes. People should start thinking that their littlest action matters. We're not just an organism that is part of something big. We have the initiative to make changes happen, and we need to start acting like we do. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nabila Shoimi from University Malaya. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Malaysia, we need to ensure equal access to energy-efficient technology and infrastructure for all social groups, especially underrepresented communities. People should support and participate in projects or engagement that help to provide such necessities to the society. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am Varvara Alexic from Central European University in Vienna, and I was honored and pleased to participate in 2 webinars. From the first one, organized by Central European University, the conclusion is that for green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Central and Eastern Europe, we need to take more actions on local level to address energy poverty and also design professional reconversion programs for mining workers. While at the event organized by Faculty of Law in Belgrade, we concluded that in Serbia, people should educate themselves more about how to contribute to renewable energy transition and also pressure government for concrete actions like incentivizing the prosumers and funding energy efficiency renovations. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Mira Jashulikova from American University of Central Asia. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Kyrgyzstan, we need to adopt modern technologies and practices to reduce waste when watering the city parks and trees, use drought-tolerant plants that also create shade, and require that as much water as possible be used at least twice. People should have a water meter to monitor their consumption and compare it with others. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Tazur Ahmed from North-South University, Bangladesh. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Bangladesh, we need to involve key stakeholders such as the government, well-known organizations, and other institutions in the reduction of one of Bangladesh's biggest problems, plastic waste and mismanagement. People should push their favorite organizations, educational institutions, and affiliated companies to initiate climate projects in Bangladesh through social media or through network connection, where it would be easier to reach key opinion leaders who actually matter. Thank you.
I'm Salwa Rafi from Breck University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Bangladesh, we must tackle climate change through a collaborative effort where individuals are aware of their own carbon footprint. People should lower their energy and resources they use daily to reduce carbon emissions massively over the long term. If more people practice self-discipline, collectively it will help conserve more resources for the planet. Thank you.
I'm Ashanawaz Khan from the Institute of Business Administration. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Bangladesh, we need to aim to promote sustainable and renewable energy in the country, especially with the large population that we possess. People should write to large organizations who can make a significant impact on governmental policies so that a policy can be implemented to support the use of renewable energy in homes across Bangladesh. Methods such as solar panels, turbines, etc. Thank you.
Hey y'all, I'm Meredith Lynch from Auburn University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Alabama, we need to pressure politicians and decision makers to pass justice-oriented climate policy, demand regenerative products and service, as well as increasing energy efficiency. People should educate themselves about their energy providers and get involved with established groups locally.
I'm Hannah Mavenkamp from the University of Alaska Fairbanks. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Alaska, we need to develop relationships with local faith communities and to work on a sustainable transformation together. Worshipping can bring people of different views together, and those faith communities can help to bridge the political divide in climate conversations. People should reach out to their faith leaders, ask about current efforts, and encourage further action for a green transformation of the sanctuary.
Hi, I am Rocío Orostegui from the National University of San Martin. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Argentina, we need that the state guarantee the rights of vulnerable people, particularly lower-class women most affected by climate change, apply the environmental education law for all ages, and promote scientific and technological innovations on energy, water, and soil. Individuals must rethink the ways in which we consume and transport, but we must also act collectively. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Jack Little from Citizens Climate Lobby at Georgetown University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, we need to stop prioritizing the expansion of highways, such as the recent expansion of I-66. People should pressure their elected officials to pass stronger climate policies, and most importantly, vote.
Hello everyone, I am Willer Torres, electrical engineering student at UTEPSA University, located in Bolivia. In order to have a green recovery and helping to solve the global warming with justice in Bolivia, we need to develop the distributed generation with self-consumption, photovoltaic plants, and build more wind farms in the eastern zone. It is also necessary to increase the number of electric vehicles, starting with public transportation in large cities. So we can do all of this. It is necessary to access credit lines for international organizations and some private companies in the region to participate in this transformation. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I am Marina Bueno from UNA University Center.
For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Brazil, we need to shorten our food chain in order to generate less refuse, demand less transport, and avoid food waste. People should inform themselves correctly, refute incorrect scientific information, and disseminate the reliable ones. Now em português. Oi, pessoal, sou Marina Bueno, do Centro Universitário UNA, e por uma recuperação verde. Para ajudar a resolver o clima no Brasil com justiça, precisamos encurtar nossa cadeia alimentar para gerar menos lixo, demandar menos transporte e evitar desperdício de alimentos. As pessoas devem se informar corretamente, refutar informações científicas incorretas e disseminar as confiáveis. Thank you, everyone.
Hi everyone, I am Mateus from the Urban Engineering course at the Federal University of Ouro Preto for a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Brazil and the historical cities. We need to build a local agenda with the integration of our actors, political leaders, business leaders, unions, investors, and civil society to work together against climate change and energy security, thus improving the resilience of our cities. People should to participate, question, and collaborate with the goals proposed for this local agenda. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Hannah Miley from the University of Waterloo in Ontario, Canada. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Canada, we need citizen participation in local climate action strategy development and implementation. People should practice active hope, learn more about climate change, grieve, and reflect. Join others to make action happen, and never lose hope.
Hi, I'm Paul Lott from Concordia University in Montreal. For a green recovery and to help solve climate change with justice in Quebec, we need to work to include non-Western and Indigenous ecological knowledge in all levels of education. We need to put pressure on local and provincial governments to provide more funding and support for educators to develop the right conceptual, cognitive, and cultural tools that are needed to fight climate change as a unified global community. Merci beaucoup.
Okay, so I'm Stacy Cambo from Ryerson University, and for a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Canada, we need implementation of climate policy within educational boards and divestment of institutional fossil fuel investing. People should make their voices heard by taking part in the democratic process and engaging in community-based campaigns like Fridays for Future. We also need to take responsibility for our knowledge by thinking critically about our actions and educating others. Thank you.
I am Jamoy Phillips from the University of the West Indies Mona campus in Jamaica, part of the regional university covering 17 Caribbean nations. To solve climate by 2030, we need funding for renewable energy for our Caribbean populations to switch to solar. Our peoples should write to their government officials and to CARICOM to advocate for this funding. Thank you.
Hi, I am Benjamin Navarro from Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Chile, we need to take the big opportunity that gave us writing a new constitution to build the country we own. a country that takes the climate change as a main foundation of all our political, economic, social, and cultural structures. The best action that people can do itself is the activation in these teams and share it with their environment, because this is the best way to achieve a real human scale development. Hola, mi nombre es Benjamín Navarro de la Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile, y para una recuperación verde y para ayudar a resolver la crisis climática con justicia en Chile, debemos tomar la gran oportunidad que nos da la creación de una nueva constitución para construir el país que necesitamos. Un país que ponga la crisis climática como un eje fundamental y que sea parte de todas sus estructuras sociales, económicas, culturales y políticas. La mejor acción que la gente puede hacer de manera individual es activarse en estas temáticas y compartirlas con todo su entorno, ya que este es el mejor camino para lograr un real desarrollo a escala humana. Muchas gracias.
Hi, I'm Presley Church representing the University of Colorado, Boulder. In order to support a just transition and green recovery for Colorado, we need to incorporate environmental justice work at every phase of our transition throughout economic and energy production, governmental policy, and community development. This includes prioritizing the thoughts and experiences of workers and disproportionately impacted communities. People should pay attention to power dynamics and intersectionality to inform their personal actions when addressing the climate crisis. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Sofía Garcés from Universidad de los Andes. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Colombia, we need universities to set an example. These institutions should be living laboratories in which climate discourse translates into materialization in all areas. Professors as well need to find common ground for an interdisciplinary approach to climate change and use emotional, artistic, and literary narratives to simplify scientific evidence and motivate students to climate action in their field. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Sofía Garcés, estudio en la Universidad de los Andes. Para una recuperación justa y ayudar a solucionar el cambio climático en Colombia, necesitamos que las universidades sean un ejemplo. Estas instituciones deberán ser laboratorios vivos en los que el discurso climático se materialice en acciones para la mitigación y la adaptación en todas las áreas. Asimismo, necesitamos que los profesores encuentren puntos en común para abordar interdisciplinariamente el cambio climático, como también que usen elementos emocionales, artísticos y literarios en sus clases para simplificar la evidencia científica y motivar a sus estudiantes a tomar acción climática en cada una de sus disciplinas. Muchas gracias.
I'm Daniela Rebolledo from the Universidad de los Andes. For a just transition and to help solve climate and adapting to climate change in Colombia, we need to build partnerships to implement alternatives to reduce and rethink the use of water, energy, and different resources in the industry, in the food industry mainly. To create these alliances, students should listen and include this topic in their conversation, from the legal field to art, all of this being aware of our context. Hola, soy Daniela Rebolledo de la Universidad de los Andes. Para una transición justa y ayudar a solucionar el cambio y adaptar el clima y adaptarnos al cambio climático en Colombia, necesitamos construir alianzas para implementar alternativas, para reducir y repensar nuestro uso de agua, energía y diferentes recursos en la industria de los alimentos principalmente. Para crear estas alianzas necesitamos incluir este tema en nuestras conversaciones desde el campo legal hasta el arte, siendo conscientes de nuestro entorno.
Hi, I am Isabela Romero from Pontificia Universidad Javeriana. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Colombia, we need to support the peace building while thinking about development visions that include all cultures and territories. People should demand for policies that interconnect environment, justice, health, and education. Therefore, to seek political leaders that recognize climate crisis as a priority. Hola, soy Isabela Romero de la Pontificia Universidad Javeriana. Para una recuperación verde y solucionar la situación climática con justicia en Colombia, necesitamos apoyar la construcción de paz, mientras pensamos en opciones alternativas de desarrollo que incluyan todas las culturas y los territorios. Las personas deben pedirle a los a los tomadores de decisiones políticas que interconecten el ambiente, la justicia, la salud y la educación. De esta forma, debemos buscar líderes políticos que reconozcan la crisis climática como una prioridad. Muchas gracias.
Hi everyone, my name is Urbano Medina from Antioquia Engineering School in Medellin, Colombia. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Colombia, specifically in the industrial sector, we need to strive to increase energy efficiency, modernize our current technologies, and develop local technologies at a national economic scale, and also support and further research in alternative fuels. Combustion plays a huge role in Colombia's economy, and it can simply be replaced in the coming years. Therefore, people should become aware that combustion may be today's problem, but it may become tomorrow's solution. Therefore, we should further educate ourselves in these topics and create alliances between the industrial, academic, and government sector to achieve these goals. Thank you.
I'm Adriana Muñoz Rodríguez, representing Universidad de la Costa, Universidad Libre, and Universidad del Norte. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in the Colombian Caribbean, we need to increase renewable energy contribution, reducing our fossil fuel dependence. We also need to encourage social participation and to focus on our ecosystem restoration. People should educate on climate change as well as reduce plastic use and the carbon and water footprint of human and livestock food, and work as a collective enforcing citizen participation mechanisms. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Jane Nervez from Universidad Regional Amazónica Iquia in the Ecuadorian Amazon. This region has a great ecosystem and cultural richness, but also is very sensitive to climate change. To address climate change, in Ecuador, we propose capacity building actions from local communities and decision makers, integrating local knowledge and practice and innovative technology to build strong systems. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nicole Barber from the University of South Florida. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice, we need to join climate action movements, eliminate lawns, and get all food out of the waste stream and into biodigesters. People should sign climate action movement in Florida. We need to oppose the Florida preemptive bills that take away local municipalities' right to declare carbon neutrality goals. Thank you.
Hello, I am Vincent from ESCA Business School in France. For green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in France, we need to change the way we perceive happiness through material consumption. Firstly, people should consider the alternatives of purchasing a brand new product and at the same time realize what they already have rather than what they don't. And I believe at a worldwide scale that would decrease consumption drastically. Thank you. And now, in French, en français, bonjour, je m'appelle Vincent de l'ESCA. Pour une récupération verte et pour aider à résoudre le climat avec justice en France, nous devons changer la façon dont nous percevons le bonheur par la consommation matérielle. Premièrement, les gens doivent considérer et apprendre les alternatives à l'achat d'un produit qui est neuf. Et dans un second temps, réaliser ce qu'ils ont déjà plutôt que ce qu'ils n'ont pas. Et à une échelle mondiale, je pense sincèrement que cela diminuerait la consommation de manière drastique. Merci beaucoup.
Greetings, I'm Maton Faher from the University of Miskolc. For a green recovery and help solve climate with justice in Hungary, we need to reuse, or if it's not possible, then recycle most of our things. People also should prefer more sustainable brands and should be more environmentally conscious in their consumer behavior. Thank you. És köszönöm.
Hi, I'm Izzy D'Agostino from Indiana University, Bloomington. For a green recovery to help solve climate with justice in Indiana, we need to strengthen our transition to clean energy in the industry sector by creating Indiana-based incentives for environmental policy change and putting environmental justice and equity at the forefront of this initiative. People should continue to work with their local governments and raise their voices to support the movement towards clean energy in Indiana. Thank you.
Hi, I am James M. Joyce from the University of Louisville. For a green recovery and
to help solve climate with justice in Kentucky, we need to vote for representatives that share our interest in renewable energy. Energy and Environment Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Goodman noted the US should be building more electric vehicle charging stations around the nation, and that Kentucky has recently made changes in this direction. We need to be funding poor people to weatherize their homes and install solar panels and write to their government officials to support such funding. More residential personal homes can install solar panels to conserve energy.
Hi, my name is Sarah Gachanragam, and I am from Tulane University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Louisiana, we need to rebuild Louisiana's coastline by monitoring wetland health, fostering community engagement, and supporting restoration events. People should submit an action template proposal to suggest strategies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions to the Louisiana state government. Forms are located on the Louisiana Climate Initiative's Task Force webpage, and completed forms should be emailed to climate@la.gov by April 30th.
I am Jordan from the University of New England. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in the state of Maine, we need to invest in communities and an economy that put people and the planet first. People should be an ally to Indigenous groups and an advocate for system change and climate justice.
Hi, I am Olivia Ambush from Towson University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Maryland, we need to support and pass the Climate Solutions Now Act, and students must use the power of their voice and get involved. People should take action by attending at least 3 meetings hosted by local groups organizing behind this bill or any other climate solutions or environmental justice initiatives.
Hi, I'm Gabriela Herrera from the Autonomous Metropolitan University of Mexico. For a green recovery and to help solve the climate with justice in Latin American cities, we need to strengthen the dialogue on policy design and allocate financing to accomplish food security and water resilience. The urban population must articulate communities to organize social inclusion in the policy design process for demanding access to urban agriculture and drinking water. Ahora en español, soy Gabriela Herrera de la Universidad Autónoma Metropolitana de México. Para una recuperación verde y para ayudar a resolver el problema con la justicia de las ciudades de América Latina, necesitamos fortalecer el diálogo sobre el diseño de políticas y asignar financiamiento para lograr seguridad alimentaria y resiliencia del agua. La población urbana debe articular a las comunidades para organizar inclusión social en el proceso de diseño de políticas y exigir el acceso a agricultura urbana y agua potable. Gracias.
Hi, I am Victoria Mudra from Utrecht Lorent University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Hungary, we need to develop renewable energy where the emphasis is on energy efficiency and sufficiency. People should be informed widely about the possibilities. Thank you, and köszönöm szépen.
Hi, I'm Michelle Chung from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and for green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Wisconsin, we need to develop long-term strategies to enact the 55 recommendations of the Governor's Task Force on Climate Change, which is our state office of sustainability. And people should be engaged by attending listening sessions in our budgeting process and advocating for climate justice through legislative policy.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. We will take one more quick break, and then afterward, we will try Fatiha again.
Fatiha Muhammad from Independent University, Bangladesh. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Bangladesh, we need to aim to encourage both formal and informal education, focused on climate change and targeting both elite and local communities and the repercussion we may face in the future. People should reach out to education boards, primary and secondary schools, as well as universities to begin to educate children on climate change from a very young age, so that the public can take more initiative and be more responsible from a young age. Thank you.
Hello all, my name is Olivia Wheeler and I'm grateful to be here representing Michigan State University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Michigan, we need to continue to invest in and have enabling legislation that supports renewable energy and banning single-use plastics. People need to get engaged with climate action, whether that means volunteering, joining in advocacy groups such as the Summaries movement, or getting involved with local policies. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Julian McCall from Washington University in St. Louis. For a green recovery and to help solve climate justice in Missouri, we need to support smaller farmers and increase minority participation on green public projects. People should seek common ground and have candid conversations about climate change. Thank you.
I am Ana Laura Morales from the National Autonomous University of Mexico. The core actions we need to take in order to solve climate in Mexico are: first, to include gender and indigenous perspective in public policies related to climate change and supporting a feminist approach to science. Second, ensure universal access to dignified energy services, democratizing energy generation and local production processes with renewable and sustainable sources. Third, foster cultural transformation through collective actions addressing the emotional dimension of the socio-environmental crisis. En español. Soy Ana Laura Morales de la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. Las acciones centrales que debemos tomar para una recuperación justa y mitigar el cambio climático en México son: primero, incluir la perspectiva de comunidades indígenas y perspectiva de género en las políticas públicas relacionadas con el cambio climático, además de apoyar un enfoque feminista en la ciencia. Segundo, asegurar el acceso universal a servicios energéticos dignos, democratizando la generación de energía y los procesos de producción local con fuentes renovables y sostenibles. Y en tercer lugar, fomentar la transformación cultural a través de acciones colectivas que aborden la dimensión emocional de la crisis socioambiental. Gracias.
Hi everyone, I'm Mahmoud Salim from Al-Quds Part College. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in the Middle East and Palestine, we need to encourage and help students in school to go outside and work more on a project that help in solve climate change instead of just listening for teacher about climate change in classroom. People should create networks with the Ministry of Education to create plans that help taking action with students as a way of organizing the process that will be between the governmental and private sector. The governmental sector will include the Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Education, and the private sector will include the environmental organization. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am Lara from the Dutch Research Institute for Transitions in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. For a just transition to help solve climate by 2030 in the Netherlands, but anywhere really, we need intersectional thinking with eye for the uneven impact of climate change. People should take responsibility to make the distribution of environmental burdens and benefits more equal. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Amelia Long from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Nebraska, we need to reduce our consumption and make our local food systems more resilient. People should get involved in sustainable local agriculture, like a community garden, and make efforts to reduce our lifestyles. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mia from Georgia Institute of Technology. For a green and just recovery in the state of Georgia, we need to put equity at the nexus of the state's climate and energy policies and to interact with officials of all stripes, on top of implementing Drawdown Georgia solutions. This includes installing utility scale and rooftop solar, putting more EVs on the road while retiring conventional cars, reducing diesel fuel consumption, and increasing afforestation and silvopasture practices, while at the same time Individuals can reduce their food and waste and retrofit their homes. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kyla Navarro, and I'm from New Mexico State University. The state of New Mexico heavily relies on fossil fuel for government funding. To solve climate change with justice in New Mexico, my state needs to cut our dependency on oil and gas revenues and also work with communities that economically benefit from these industries to ensure that they are not left behind in the transition to renewable energy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cam Hotto from the University of Buffalo, New York. And for a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in New York, we need students to challenge today's narratives about climate change solutions and also embrace their ability to create change now. Students can do this by embracing a continuous learning model and accepting that risk and failure is going to be a part of the process in order to solve climate.
Hi, everyone. I'm Serena Bashel from Keele University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in the United Kingdom, we need to break working in silos and enhance cross-sector collaboration, taking into account that different demographics are affected by climate change in different ways, and everyone has their part to play in finding a solution. People should lead by example, such as by switching their energy supplies to renewable energy sources.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jake Lange from the University of Oklahoma. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Oklahoma, we need to vote with our dollar and support companies that rigorously adhere to strong environmental commitments. People should become well informed on where they can spend their money soundly, assured that whoever they're buying from is treating the natural world well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sonia. I am a recent graduate and I'm also representing Willamette University. For green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Oregon, we need to bring climate-related issues to city and state leaders. People should volunteer their time and gain skills in climate advocacy, and we should also increase an environmental justice perspective in more jobs. Thank you.
Hi, I am Caroline Donahue from the College of Charleston. For a green recovery and to help solve climate justice in South Carolina, we need equitable, nature-based solutions and actionable avenues to improve community and societal resilience. People, young people especially, should feel empowered to demand what should be a more sustainable future. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Meredith King from the University of South Dakota. In our state, our natural ecosystem is a native prairie, which has been replaced by conventional monocrop agriculture and ranching. So for a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in South Dakota, we need regenerative grasslands and holistic bison management that helps sequester carbon and increases ecological diversity. Individuals should collaborate with people and organizations that share their same passion to create change in the community and spread their message. Thank you.
I am Ezra Kipkindo Magoo. I'm representing Tennessee and Vanderbilt University for green recovery with justice. We should, to solve climate, let youth lead, decarbonize our electric grids, and plant as many trees as we can. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elena Olva from the University of Texas at Austin. For green recovery and to help solve climate change with justice in Texas, where the 60% of the electricity is still sourced by the fossil fuel, we need to decarbonize our current fuel mix by carbon capture and storage. Additionally, people should be more aware of their carbon footprint to consciously lower the greenhouse gas emission. Thank you, and I'm done speaking.
Hi, my name is Catherine from Weber State University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Utah, we need to create an inclusive, nonpartisan dialogue and pass the Red Rock Wilderness Act in order to sequester and store 247 million metric tons of organic carbon in soils and biodiverse plants, as well as uphold wilderness migration corridors. People from all states can visit the Southern Utah Wilderness website, SUWA, to send a note to their Congress members to support this act. Thank you.
Hi, y'all. I'm Aisha Nieta Brown from George Mason University, and to have a green recovery in Virginia, we need climate action such as something I call climate abolition, where we acknowledge the time sensitivity needed to see climate justice in action. like having clean energy available to all, making the healthcare system more sustainable, educating our communities, and acknowledging the intersections of climate, race, and gender. The solutions are in the actions, and there isn't one solution that will fix everything, but with collective action on multiple levels, the climate crisis can be mitigated. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Karina Pegau. I'm representing the Ohio State University in the United States. And I wanted to say that for a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Ohio, we need to get out of our own way. We need to get out of our own way of progress. People should write to their governments voicing support of new legislation and funding for green infrastructure, as well as other forms of sustainable development. Personally, we need to continue the dialogue with each other and with our families and support each other as we move forward and work for new climate solutions. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Janelle Vu. I'm from Western Washington University. For a green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Washington State, we need to focus on equity and let those voices in the Black, Indigenous, people of color be heard. People should volunteer and with local community organizations, make informed decisions as a consumer, and start climate conversations of their own. Thank you.
I'm Doreen Mkowa from the University of Rwanda. For green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Rwanda, we need to scale up green transportation through electric vehicle and boost electric mobility and electric motors. We can request support to boost this from the government.
And that might be the fabulous note to end on, that we all need to have climate conversations of our own. But we want to make sure we didn't miss anyone. Did everyone, if you didn't get a chance to speak, please speak up now. Well, this was an amazing journey across the planet. Go ahead. Nope. Okay, so we have Rwanda. Doreen? Yes, go ahead, Doreen.
I'm Doreen Mkowa from University of Rwanda. For green recovery and to help solve climate with justice in Rwanda, we need to scale up the green transportation through electric vehicles and boost electric mobility and electric motors. We can request the support to boost this from the government. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else who hasn't had a chance to speak? Okay. Well, once again, as I said, this was an amazing tour across the planet, hearing about solutions from voting for representatives who support your perspective, to protecting forests, to raising up Indigenous voices, just amazing, good ideas. And of course, our challenge now is to do the hard work with our friends in our communities and make sure all this happens. So once again, I want to just thank everyone for participating in the Solve Climate by 2030 project. Collectively, we talked to immediately well over 10,000 people. And with the recorded webinars that are being archived, we have a library of solutions from across the planet that are going to be watched over the coming year. And we hope to take your voices from today and pull them out into shorter bits, spread them around the world as well. So please, everyone, let's just figure out a way to stay as we go forward with this work, because none of us can do it alone and we need each other. So once again, thank you very much for joining us. And I look forward to seeing this project unfold next year with the worldwide teach-in on justice. We hear more about spread about really trying to engage hundreds of thousands of educators. So goodbye, everyone. Thank you.